The activity in front of the Brooklyn Museum, not too far from our setting today here at the Barclays Center. Welcome to 2K Sports for another edition of NBA basketball. In this one, they've got Jared Allen. Durant is out there with Junior. Then there's Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Irving at point guard. Well, great fans and players alike are excited for tonight. This is just not another game on the schedule.
Clash of the Titans in this one. This will be a great test for both teams.
Tip-off goes to the Clippers. Now here's Beverly. Leonard looking around. George, that's a two-pointer. Rebounded by the Nets. Outside Irving. Here's Allen. Good, and the assist goes to Irving.
Yeah, put some students in the classroom because that's exactly how you move the ball. Kyrie terrific at spotting the open man, and then you got to get it to him.
And Beverly kicks to George. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. And so Allen will bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to talk with Doc Rivers for a minute. I asked him what his main focus will be to try and slow down Kyrie Irving's production. Coach told me with Kyrie, you can't give him space to create, ever. So we'll send some doubles and make sure we don't let him get comfortable. Well, that's as good an approach as any, I suppose. Guys?
Thanks, David. And Craig, the talent on this team is strong as any other in the NBA. You know, many experts have them picked coming out of the conference to play in the final.
And Junior is decidedly the X factor for this team. When he is on his game, they look unstoppable. He might be gearing up for a playoff performance for the ages.
George dishes to Morris. It's good from long range.
Yeah, I didn't think there was a pass available there for Paul George, but he spots that small crease, he fires the ball through it, and he gets it to his open man.
And the versatility of Paul George's game, elite defense and rebounding, steals and deflections.
You think about Paul George moving to several teams, yet still having the impact on both ends of the floor. I think that is a telltale sign that you have an elite talent in Paul George.
A rebound by the Nets. Last time they met was in Los Angeles, where they beat the Clippers.
And it was pretty much a cakewalk for them the last time these two squared off and had a clear advantage on the backboard.
We'll see if the other team will address that problem in this game, because last game, man, they just got smoked on the boards.
Irving against Beverly. With the floater, he lays it in.
Beverly showing off a little bit of a teardrop. Didn't know he had that.
Nets leading by 6. On the wing, Irving. Defended by Beverly.
Oh, he just punches that one down with a fury.
He rubs it in a little deeper with the hanging finish. And so George will bring it up for the Clippers. Beverly finds Leonard. Beverly against Irving. Back to Leonard. Shot clock at 5. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
And for a player who didn't enter the league with breakdown ability off the dribble, guess what? Kawhi will break you down.
High post Allen. Down low. And Duncan with the basket on the assist by Allen. Duncan's got 11.
Just how awesome is it to watch the best of the best start to dominate in a game.
And the Clippers decide to take their first time out here. They are coming into this having
massive scoring night. It wasn't so much about the game plan as it was establishing early confidence to get that win.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Jordan, he's checked in for Jared Allen. Harris comes in for Kevin Durant. Karis LeVert's checked in for Hardaway. And Dinwiddie subbed in for Irving.
not an easy basket for Jackson. He doesn't shoot a really high percentage, but he does make a lot of tough hoops. Total letdown by the D. Can't leave the bucket unprotected.
Absolutely. And it takes an easy 2 points onto the lead.
Will not find a higher percentage opportunity than that.
Shamet the pass to Jackson. Shoots over LeVert. That one's not going to go. And Brooklyn will come the other way. Leonard can't get it to fall. Williams against LeVert. And Junior throws it down.
Really seizing the momentum of this game, but doing it with a methodical approach.
Well, how good have they been on the inside tonight, just getting down into the painted area and just dominating, controlling that spot.
There's the lob to Jackson.
He's just gifted with the basketball, and that includes making plays. Lou Williams spotting a man that time.
And the first timeout called of the game for
the NBA. Lou Williams would have to get some serious consideration for that monument.
Pass to Duncan. Duncan drawing the double team. The Nets working the ball around now. Buries the long-range jumper.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
Clippers trail by 11. Outside Williams. Shoots over LeVert. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him. 32 seconds left here in the first quarter. Pops it up for Jordan, and DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
Well, that's where he's a huge threat to complete any sort of alley-oop. You could throw that at the top of the square, and DJ's going to throw it in.
Williams looking around. LeVert kicks to Junior. That's good. And it's LeVert with the assist. Duncan's got 17 now.
Excellent all-around performance so far, hence the big lead.
Well, if I was baking up a lead, I'd add 2 ingredients. One would be playing smart. The other one, playing selfless. They've done that tonight. Serve it up.
And an overpowering first quarter effort. Greg, that last point is key. This team plays lockdown defense.
And that's a big part of their identity. Most teams talk about being well-balanced. This team lives it.
And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And the Nets pretty much in control here, it would seem.
On the attack right from the tip, they've been relentless offensively.
Well, just taking it right at the opposition and the other team right now. No answers and no way to slow them down.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. And the Clippers, looking at who they've got. Ivica Zubac is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Williams. Then there's Landry Shamet, and it's Jackson in at the point. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. Junior, in his last outing against the Magic, was terrific. He dropped in 29 points, and that was just the start of it. He wound up with a triple-double in what was quite a display for him. He put up great numbers and a terrific effort. It's not a game that anyone wanted to miss. And he'll be looking for a repeat performance tonight, Kevin.
Excellent, David. Thank you. Greg, how impressive was it watching him completely take over? Allen's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Greg, did you know when you were playing that you'd eventually want to call games, be in the broadcast table?
Kevin, no idea. I didn't have any clue. And quite honestly, didn't really think that there was a career that one could have in terms of broadcasting. You know, because cable was just kind of coming on as I was retiring. You didn't have your own network and the things that we take for granted now. So looking back on it, no, but boy, am I glad I did.
I am glad you did too. You probably don't remember this. Doc Rivers and I were doing a game. You came over to say hi to the two of us, went back out on the floor. Doc nudges me and said he'll be great in TV. We saw it then.
He's a good mind. The man knows what he's talking about.
Karis LeVert's checked in for Irving. How about that mobile one block we just saw? Amazing defensive work.
And those are plays that get you in front and keep you in front.
Nobody getting a hand in his face in that painted area. That's a miss he's going to be disappointed with.
They have a good plan going right now, and they're starting to create separation.
Well, game plan might have been good, but you have to bring it together. Right now, their chemistry is something to be admired.
And Leonard gets it to go.
Yeah, you could be as physical as you want with Kawhi Leonard. He just stays with it and is unshaken.
Pass to Dinwiddie. Back to Duncan. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
For Brooklyn, they have made their only other free throw attempt today in an earlier trip to the line.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line. And you can clearly see Junior is still accustomed to fighting for every inch. Every game, every play, he's out here giving his absolute all. But the edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead. And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Leonard against Duncan. And the foul called on Junior. That is his first foul of the game. 8 seconds left in the first half. And here's Leonard from three. He doesn't hit that one.
Man, you get so caught up in the bravado of someone scoring on you and you wanting to even the.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. You look at Junior in this one, he's been everywhere.
Yeah, he's been nothing short of a wall at the rim so far in this one, single-handedly providing great rim protection.
Been aggressive to block shots, but also avoiding fouls. That's a heavy presence inside.
Duncan is out there with Durant. Then there's DeAndre Jordan. Then there's Irving. And it's Dinwiddie in at the shooting guard. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Here's Leonard, and he uses the glass on the layup. Leonard's got 6.
Hard to deny Leonard when he gets in that close to the rim. Too many ways for him to get creative to score.
Yet another bucket in close. That's how he's earning his points today.
And so it's Leonard with it. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. Here's the teardrop.
Great awareness on the defensive end. Junior relishes any chance he gets to rise up and block it.
Brooklyn making some changes. Jared Allen comes in for DeAndre Jordan. Hardaway is subbed in for Dinwiddie. Here's Leonard. Another miss by Leonard.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Here's Irving. It's hauled in by the Clippers.
His touch from mid-range, that's almost always good. That won't shake his confidence.
Here's Leonard. Money from the wing. He's got 8.
And herein lies the problem with trying to defend Leonard, his versatility. You take one thing away, he hurts you with another.
And watch out, you don't bring the whole basket down on top of you, young fella.
I don't think he ever wanted to let go of the rim. And the Clippers call time here.
And they're allowing...
Over a minute and a half into the third quarter of action. Williams gets the bucket.
Delicate with the floater there up over the top. It's like Lou Williams has shot that one before. And Marcus Morris has raised some eyebrows in the last couple of years, just being a much more efficient scorer.
Allen dishes to Duncan. Hardaway passes to Junior, and Duncan throws it down hard.
Well, him dominating the offensive end is what accounts for this lead. Just a very difficult guy to stop once he gets going.
And here is Harrell. He's been a factor in their offense on most nights with his scoring average at nearly 16 points a game. They grab their own miss. Duncan with the block. That's good, and a nice assist from Durant. KD's got his 3rd assist on the night.
And because of Junior's confidence and his composure, he has the ability to go on scoring runs like this.
The pass to Leonard. Lets it fly. Buries the jump shot. Leonard's got 6 in the quarter. And last season, Marcus Morris's name, one of the hottest on the trade market.
Yeah, there's a lot going on in Marcus Morris's offseason. A year ago, a lot of contenders looking to add him to the roster. Handshake deal with the Spurs, switched to the Knicks, and then eventually traded to the Clippers. So grab your musical chair and try to find a seat.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
No doubt, Greg, you were known being a gritty, in-your-face defender. And when you think of the most hard-nosed point guards in the NBA today, who comes to mind?
For me, I think Chris Paul, I go first because this guy, one, he's a phenomenal two-way player. He'll do whatever it takes to win, even if that means pushing the envelope a little bit. Pat Beverly is another guy, just a flat-out bulldog. Marcus Smart, I think, falls into that category. Again, it's not always about being the most talented, but if you bring an edge about you, that really permeates throughout your team. So those are some guys. Drew Holiday is another guy I'd throw into that mix as well.
Yeah, they all lock in. You're right. The Nets making a switch here. LeVert's checked in. And the league taking steps to discourage teams, Greg, from tossing away seasons in search of high draft picks. Has enough been done, you think, in that regard?
Kim, we'll see. I tell you, the idea of a play-in
That's a tough one, isn't it?
For the last few playoff spots, I think that's a good idea, actually. It might keep more teams in the hunt down the stretch. And I think the onus also, if the fans put enough pressure on their teams to try to develop what they have and not always put it on the future, I think that's going to help. But I think you're going to always have a little bit of that moving forward.
Just 4 to shoot. Shamet the pass to Williams. Shoots over LeVert. No good off the back of the rim.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
And that one's good, Junior.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Outside Williams. And the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet more set on that screen. Easy call.
Got to hold firm or you're going to get a call.
George is checked in for Los Angeles. Jordan kicks to Duncan. And Junior throws it down.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
Yeah, the other team a bit concerned here. They're trailing and the lead seems to be growing.
Outside Jackson. Passes it to Morris. Shot to stop the run. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And a guy who's bounced around the league a little. Surprising, given that Morris is a solid shooter and a pretty good defender and rebounder.
And Morris drops them both. 1:03 left here in the third quarter. Dinwiddie with it. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. LeVert the pass to Junior. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. And Duncan throws it down hard.
And that's an emphatic dunk coming from Junior.
And so George will bring it up for Los Angeles. Pulls from the top of the key. And he overshot that one, missing.
Sometimes you just have an off night, guys, and that's what we've seen so far.
Here's LeVert. And that comes off the assist by Duncan. Junior's got his 5th assist in this one. It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. And George kicks to Zubac. Pass to Jackson. Duncan with the block. But they get it back. Good on the bucket. "11 seconds left in the third quarter. Here's Junior, and Duncan throws it down hard.
Pushing the action, getting others involved. He does it time and time again.
Nice to play with a point guard that takes pride in playmaking. It makes you move around just a little bit faster to get open spots.
And so it's Brooklyn. Way out in front. Their lead at 38 points as we close out the quarter. They've been playing some ferocious defense. We come back right after this.
prime example of that right there.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. And on the floor for the Clippers here in the fourth, Shamet and George at the 2 and the 3. Then there's Patrick Patterson. Then there's Reggie Jackson. It's Kabengele in at the 5, roaming the paint. Jackson kicks to Shamet. 4 on the shot clock. Offensive rebound.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
And Junior with the basket on the assist from Harris. Junior's got 48.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Now, here's Shamet. LeVert defending. Patterson dishes to Jackson. Patterson passes to George. Takes a 3. The rebound by the Nets. Jordan's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Here's LeVert. Here's Duncan. And again.
My goodness. 50 for the game.
Yep, he is putting on a show. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
And George kicks to Patterson. Drills the three-pointer. Patterson's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Great sign when Patterson's connecting from deep. Everything for this offense starts to loosen up.
And the basket by Harris.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Harris against George. No dice from the high post.
And this feels like it's snowballed a little bit on them. The more he tries to shoot his way out of this slump, the worse it seems to get. They need him to get it together.
Changing ends quickly, getting the advantage in numbers and finishing. They've been doing it all night long.
Yeah, their energy level's been amazing. Battery bar still full, hustling and still working hard out there.
And good! There's another.
And he's up to 52 points.
Yeah, making a GA look all too easy right now. Shamet the pass to Kabengele. Back to Shamet. Pass to Jackson. Shoots over Dinwiddie. That one rolling around and rims out. Nets have gone 5 of 6 from the field to start the fourth quarter on a roll. Duncan. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Greg, you're the all-time assist leader for the Big West Conference. In that frame, talk about some of the traits that make for a good floor general, a good point guard, a good facilitator.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you have to be a leader because that's what the position calls for. Unselfishness, instincts, that stuff matters. But ultimately, your teammates got to feel like you play for them. And that's when you have a chance as a team to be special.
I'm assuming you've always been like that. Am I correct?
No, that is not
really?
true.
Wow.
I evolved into a leader. In all seriousness, I think some guys are natural. Others, like myself, had to evolve into it.
For Los Angeles, they've gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the fourth. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. Here's Noah. The lead pass was put in just the right spot.
Just feel like Patrick Beverley has incredible awareness for every second that he plays on the floor. Spots the wide open man, gets it to him. This whole second half, he's been unbelievable scoring the basketball. The defense has had literally no effect.
Los Angeles has gone 6 of 14 with the 3 ball tonight, just a little over 40%. And there's the pass to Leonard. Greg, after we saw top prospects like LaMelo Ball and R.J. Hampton playing a year in Australia, the NBA G League sweetened the deal to attract those blue chippers to this G League, which I think is a very interesting topic and a very interesting way to go.
It is. I think the salaries now can exceed $500,000, not to mention the endorsement deal. And they're on a single team that's built around their needs. Certainly an enticing option for those who want to skip the college route.
Does this affect colleges, in your opinion, in their recruiting?
Not at all. You're going to love your school no matter who plays for them, especially if you're winning.
Just 5 on the clock. Tries it from the top of the key, and the rebound goes to Duncan. Duncan's got rebound number 17, if you can believe that.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Nets.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display.
And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. They poured it on tonight. Dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
And, you know, this game could really be a defining one for what they can do when they are playing at their best. I mean, being here at home no doubt helped, and the execution was flawless.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.